and touches all while doing
How old
this
are you guys?
stuff. 34.
Okay. Okay.
Here's my take. It might be a fallacy that he's going to go out and get a job paying more than 60 doing something else tomorrow. Like, that might be a pipe dream right now. And so what I've seen, and this is pastors in my life, you know, I was a part of a church plant, and the pastor was bivocational. And so he did handyman work and woodworking and started an Etsy store on top of his pastoral duties. So I think he needs to start doing that on the side, and maybe that thing turns full time, and maybe God blesses him at the church and things get healthier and he gets a raise there. But at least then we kind of have a better clue as to what the next step is. Is he open to doing side work?
I don't know. We've never talked about it before.
Does he go in
Obviously,
40 hours a week to the church?
Oh, yeah, or more. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I wonder his responsibilities there. I mean, they're paying him, I guess, you know, a full salary, so I'm assuming that, yeah, there's stuff to be done and he has responsibilities there. Yeah, I mean, the biggest glaring thing to me, I hate to say, is the house. I just think you guys bought too much of a house. If you stayed within that 25% range of your income, which is what we teach, that would be, you know,
Which means
$800, probably, yeah, $800 back into the paycheck of what you're looking at. So either he makes a career shift, if he doesn't see an income going up soon, right? In the church, you know, again, I'm not making them the bad guy by any means, but it is what they have, and that's what they have. That's the salary that you guys took to come here. But if you can't make that work as a family, then I think you guys do need to have a bigger conversation as a family. And I think, you know, and I know you know this, but just encourage you, like, service and doing work as a believer ways. And I know in ministry, they're very comfortable in that world. It's the only world they've known. So even to step out into something that's totally different kind of feels scary and all of that. But again, that's your personal conviction of what you guys feel led to and called to. But I don't know, it's hard for me to navigate it because I don't know you guys personally and what, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
can't be like, well, how do you know that's God's calling? If you say it, we believe it. You know what I mean? And so there's a piece of this where we go, well, someone's got to sacrifice. Either you need to give up the dream of being a stay-at-home mom, he needs to give up the dream of being a pastor, because right now, being stressed and broke, that's not of the Lord. I think we can all at least agree on that. Like, that's not a good future where we're going to thrive. And so it's going to need to be some give and take here, and it might be some of it temporary, the side jobs to just clean up the debt, get a good emergency fund, then reassess where we're at, and can we still accomplish all of our goals, cover the bills, invest for the future. If we can, then great.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, though, we're going to need to see some income shift if we're going to keep up our current lifestyle and keep the house.
How old are the kids?
4 and 6.
4 and 6. Okay. So they would be starting kindergarten next year and second grade, I guess.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's the hard thing about in today's world, and a lot of people that call in, you know, are in a very similar boat, Corinne, where, you know, you have your wish list of what you want life to look like. You want to be a stay-at-home mom. You want to homeschool. Your husband wants to do ministry. You want to live in this house. You want to, you know, this is the wish list of life that you start to live out, and then you realize, oh gosh, but there is a reality, and this is not negative of what God's will is. There's a reality of living in 2025 that the numbers have to work. You know, it is what it is. So something on that list, the prioritization of what you guys value is going to have to shift. So I don't know if that's sending kids to school and you get a part-time job and you make 20 grand a year and it softens everything and you guys, you know, get to do that. I don't know if that is him shifting career. I don't know what that looks like, but that's the value system that you guys have to paint for your family and where you guys feel comfortable to figure out how to make this math work. But the house is hard for me.
It's just an immovable object unless we sell it and downsize. And I don't know if you can rent in Little Rock with a family of 4 for way less.
Right.
So that's the other part of this. It's just hard. I mean, the housing market's tough. And so here's what I will do. I'm going to send you a copy of Ken Coleman's book, Find the Work You're Wired to Do. I think it will unlock some things for your husband, maybe even for you, to figure out what are the things in the short term or long term we can be doing to create a more sustainable future for ourselves.
Yeah.
So hang on, we'll give you that. And I hope he realizes that there might be more than this church job, and maybe he can do ministry outside of that in the public or private sector.
Yeah. Or on the side, like what you were saying, you know?
zero savings in the bank. But here's the deal. Just listening to the show won't change any of that. If you want different results, you have to do something different. For 30 years, we've helped millions of families save money, get out of debt, and build wealth the right way. And you can too. But you've got to have a game plan, and that begins with our Get Started assessment. Go to RamseySolutions.com/start, answer some questions, and we'll show you where you are with your money and what the next steps are to take. Here's what I know. No one accidentally wins at anything. If you've had it with money stress and are ready to join the millions of people who have taken control of their money for good, go to RamseySolutions.com/start today.
Here's a look at your closing grain markets from the Chicago Board of Trade. December corn up 3 1/4 cents. It's closed 4.23. March up 2 cents, 4.35 3/4. May up 1 3/4 at 4.43 1/2. November soybeans finished 4 cents higher at the close, 10.34 3/4. January up 1.5 pennies at 10.50. March beans up 1/4 penny at 10.63. December soybean meal $3.10 higher at the close at 2.90 even. December soybean oil down 58 cents a barrel, 50.07. December wheat out of Chicago 3.5 cents higher at the close, 5.03 3/4. March up 3, 5.19 1/2. May Chicago wheat 2.5 higher at 5.30 1/4 cent. December wheat out of Kansas City 3.5 cents higher at the close, 4.88 1/2. March up 2 1/4, 5.07 1/4. May KC wheat up 1 3/4 at 5.20 1/2 cent. December oats finished today 1/2 penny higher at $3.02. Your local cash grain bids in St. Joseph: yellow corn 3.75 to 3.85, white corn at 4.73, soybeans 9.64 to 9.70. In Atchison, yellow corn 3.87 to 3.93, soybeans 9.70 to 9.74, hard wheat at 4.43, soft wheat at 4.38. Kansas City truck bids: yellow corn 3.95 to 4.13, white corn at 4.83, soybeans 9.86 to 9.99, hard wheat at 4.83, soft wheat 4.78, and sorghum at $3.48. That's your closing grain markets on KFEQ. I'm Nathan Steveley.
For over 20 years, the Reed Auto Group has been Northwest Missouri's family-owned, one-stop shop for all your automotive needs. Now, with our two state-of-the-art stores located together at the Reed Auto Plaza, we offer a huge selection of new and used vehicles, along with expert service from our 40 factory-trained technicians. Our friendly, non-commissioned sales staff is here to help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV. Visit us today at the Reed Auto Plaza in front of Menards and experience the Reed difference for yourself.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Whether it's due to job loss, a divorce, a new business venture, or you just didn't file your taxes, don't lose hope. Powerful relief programs are now available that can help you and may reduce or even eliminate what you owe the IRS. With the cost of living affecting millions across the country, Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying anyone with $5, $50, or even $500,000 in back taxes to the IRS to call to get relief options. With over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, TRA is America's trusted choice for real tax relief. Relief options are now available that can give you a fresh start and peace of mind. End your tax nightmare today by calling our tax relief hotline. Dial 800-390-8432. 800-390-8432. That's 800-390-8432. Or visit TRA.com. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling. The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Fox News, I'm
I'm Tom Graham. President Trump ratcheting up pressure on the Kremlin to make peace with Ukraine, taking aim at the Russian economy.
Russia's two largest oil companies and dozens of their subsidiaries are now the target of Treasury Department sanctions, action intended to further cut into a main revenue source for Moscow.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Washington headed toward day 23 of that government shutdown as both Republicans and Democrats remain at an impasse over a funding bill. Fox's Chad Pergram.
Both parties fret about who voters blame for the shutdown. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt seized on that, writing that Democrats are, quote, admitting they're inflicting pain, asking what is wrong with them.
Democrats have accused Republicans of refusing to negotiate. They want any deal to include an extension of health care subsidies. America is listening to Fox News.
KFEQ, the most trusted news, talk, and agricultural information since 1923.
The all-new Every Dollar is here, and if you've had the app, now it is more than just a budgeting tool. It was like the best budget that if you need a budget, download Every Dollar. But now we're so excited that it's not just a budgeting app. It's looking at your entire financial overview. So everything, walking you through the Ramsey plan, and it has so many advanced features to really help you make progress faster. It makes things convenient and easy to see, and it's incredible. The average person finds thousands of dollars in margin in just the first 15 minutes. So there's this big questionnaire you go through, and there's recommendations on what to do with your current situation, and it is incredible. So start Every Dollar for free today. You can get it in the App Store or on Google Play. All right, up next we have Gabe in Kansas City. Hi, Gabe. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're doing great. How can we help?
Yeah, so how do I stop spending everything I make so I can start reaching financial goals for myself?
Oh, interesting. What are you spending money on?
Well, honestly, mostly DoorDash, but then just random stuff. Like, I always find a way, no matter how much money comes in the paycheck, to spend it on.
It's fair.
Well, we'll find a way. Have you thought about, like, deleting the DoorDash app and forcing yourself to go inside of a grocery store?
Yeah, well, I actually did. I did that, like, 2 days ago. And like you said, love will find a way. It's just, like, a creeping addiction, you know?
So you see, like, the zucchini you bought 3 days ago, and you're like, DoorDash sounds better. I'm re-downloading it.
Yeah.
Like going back to an abusive ex.
To a zucchini?
Exactly.
Why don't you at least say, like...
Well, we all aspirational grocery shop. You know what I mean? We're like, you know what? I'm going to eat a zucchini.
I'm going to eat a whole bag of spinach.
I saw a good Instagram air fryer zucchini recipe. I'm going to,
A thing of spinach.
Well, Gabe, here's the thing. What are your financial goals? Because I think they have to be big enough and powerful enough to fuel your love of DoorDash to stop that.
Yeah, well, first is get a car, then after that a house, and then after that crack the million marks in net worth.
Love it. Those are great goals.
Okay.
That's the American dream summed up.
What are you doing for a living right now?
Right now it's not good. I'm actually working for the master I feed. I DoorDash a lot for my
God. Wait, what?
Well, no wonder it's easy because you're around it all the time. Like, this Taco Bell sounds
Wait, do you
good.
drive for DoorDash?
I'll pay myself to do it again.
Okay, you're not working for like DoorDash corporate. You're like a...
No, he's a DoorDasher. He's
Okay, how old are
running
you?
around food for people.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay.
You're 20, okay.
Are you in school? Did you not go to college? What happened?
Yeah, well, I'm in school for business management right now.
Okay, what do you want to do with that?
Well, ideally, you know, you get a short-term management job to kind of build up a nest egg, and then go out on my own and try my hand at these entrepreneurial. I can't talk.
Yeah, you're good.
So you want to work in management of something. Like, is it retail? Is it corporate? Have you sort of drilled down into that, to what you'd be most into?
Yeah, I'd be most into corporate, but obviously, if someone offers me a job paying more than DoorDash says, I'll take it at this point.
Okay, how much longer in school?
Yeah, when you graduate?
I'm expecting next summer.
Okay.
Cash flowing it, or are you going to debt?
I'm cash flowing it.
Great.
Do you have any debt?
I have $200 in credit cards.
Oh, okay. We got that. It's good. Okay, Gabe. You know what? I'm gonna say I'd say you're a typical 20-year-old guy. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I think you need a little bit of motivation.
What are you talking about?
And I think when you're in
money
school,
away,
you have
saving
a
it.
part-time job.
Investing
You know,
it.
you got to just float your expenses. I mean, are you living at home? What are you doing like for rent and all that?
Yeah, no, right now I'm living at home, which probably doesn't help the spending.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, you're in college. I think that's totally appropriate. So what do you have to pay for? What are the things that you're responsible for?
Right now it's just my phone and gas.
Phone and gas. Okay.
And what are you making every month?
Naturally it varies, but it's usually about $2,000 a month.
Okay. Because if I'm you, I have very little motivation to even go work when my only two things I need to survive is covering a phone bill and gas.
And because you're a full-time college student, so you're in college, which I don't think is bad.
Yeah, that's great. You're in college. You're doing well in your classes.
Yeah.
You're going to graduate on time.
So I think the best thing for you, Gabe, honestly, right now, is to work on your habits. And you need to start creating some new financial routines. And so you can do this. You can even automate some of this. I don't always recommend that for people because I kind of like people's behavior to change because they're actually the ones doing it. But for you, I would almost say, yeah, make it a goal where you save, half of that. Maybe you save, what did you save, $1,000 a month? Because how much does your phone and gas cost?
Not much. It usually shakes out to around $300-400.
Okay, so yeah, what if you gave yourself $600 to spend on how you want, and then save half of your income? And you do that for the next, 6 months, you'd have $6,000 when you graduate. That'll help you upgrade a car.
Money?
And actually start moving. But you can even go in and automate some of this. Like you can, set up some systems in place with online banking and that kind of thing. And when your paycheck hits,
It's like pay yourself first.
yeah, absolutely. I'd be giving some too. I think there's a practice of generosity in there. Give, it's ever how much you want, but even $200 a month. Practice that part. Practice the saving part, and then you can still enjoy some of it. So I think you're in a good spot. I think it's just the habits and the routines month to month that you need to change. And when you kind of get those in place, you start to be disciplined. You start to know what you're doing. You're telling your money what to do. And then when you graduate and you get your first job, those habits just go in from a $2,000 a month to maybe a $5,000, $6,000 a month salary. And, you've changed the way that you handle your money. Literally, your behavior changes.
Okay.
I was exactly like you, Gabe. I'm looking back at when I was...
You were not that much of a spender.
No, but when I was living at home, I was working in the Apple store.
Yeah.
And every paycheck would just go to, here and just spend...